Why has no one told you this? You don't need perfect English to sound clear at work. You just need the communication habits that only the top 1% professionals use. And the crazy part? They are simple, but almost nobody practices them. Today, I'm going to give you the exact strategies that make people say, wow, this person communicates with clarity, not louder, not faster, not smarter, just clearer. And I will reveal a psychological trick used by global CEOs, something that boosts clarity instantly in any meeting. But I'll tell you that later, so stay with me. Most people think clear communication is about speaking fancy English. It's not. Clear communication is actually a system. And once you learn that system, you automatically speak with confidence. This hit me when I was working with a multinational company years ago. I was good at my job, but I wasn't being noticed. My points didn't land, my ideas got ignored, and I felt invisible in meetings. I thought I wasn't smart enough until a senior colleague told me something that changed my career. You don't lack intelligence, you lack clarity. And that day I realized unclear communication is a habit, not a weakness. And clarity is also a habit. Once I fixed the habit, everything changed. Visibility, confidence, leadership presence, everything. And that's exactly what I'm about to share with you. If you want to take your English communication to the next level, watch the free masterclass on the AAA system. Link is in the description. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos that upgrade your communication. Now let's dive into strategy 1. And this one alone can transform the way people listen to you. So what is strategy 1? The one big idea rule. What is that? Speak less, mean more. Most professionals lose clarity because they try to communicate too many ideas at once. They dump details and backstories, justify decisions, speak in long chains, and the listener gets confused. Confused listeners stop listening. The top 1% follow one simple rule. Communicate one big idea at a time. Before speaking, ask yourself, what is the one thing I want them to take away? Build your sentence around that. So instead of the timeline is tight and the team might struggle and we need clarity and more resources, say the timeline is unrealistic unless we add 2 more resources. That's clarity. Sharp, focused, digestible. When you speak around one big idea, people understand you faster and remember you longer. And here's the truth. Clarity automatically makes you sound like a leader. Because leaders simplify. Strategy 2. The 3-sentence structure. The framework of clear thinkers. Most people talk in circles. The clearest communicators speak in patterns. The simplest clarity pattern is the 3-sentence structure. Sentence 1, the point. Sentence 2, the reason. Sentence 3, the action or result. So manager asks, what do you think? How do you answer it? 1, we should pause the launch for 48 hours. 2 bugs could affect user experience. 3, if the team fixes them by tomorrow, we can launch smoothly. That's it. Clean, logical, decisive. When you speak like this, you sound structured. And structured communication is respected communication. This structure alone can elevate your presence in any meeting. There's a more advanced version of this 3-sentence rule used by negotiators and consultants worldwide. I'll reveal it later. For now, strategy 3, the pause to power technique. Silence makes you clearer. Most people rush through their speech because they are scared of silence. If I pause, I look unsure. If I pause, people will think I'm stuck. But the truth is just the opposite. Pauses increase authority. Pauses increase clarity. Pauses make your words land harder. Use a 0.5 second pause before your main point and a 1 second pause after every point. Example, we need to revisit the client proposal. Pause. Because the current scope doesn't match the deliverables. That one pause signals confidence. Silence isn't awkward. Silence is strategic. There's a single sentence formula that instantly makes you sound like a high IQ communicator. You'll hear it later in this video. Now, let's go deeper. Strategy 4. the anchor words method. Navigate any conversation with it. If you've ever been halfway through a sentence and suddenly lost clarity, this technique saves you instantly. Most people respond reactively. Clear communicators use anchor words that reset the direction. Like, here is the core point. For example, let me simplify that. What this really means is, to bring this back to the main idea, let me clarify the direction. Now, these anchors rescue you when your mind glitches or when a discussion becomes messy. The moment you feel overwhelmed, say, let me bring this back to the key message. This shifts your brain from panic mode to clarity mode. Strategy 5, the pyramid technique. Start with the conclusion first. Yes, most professionals explain the background first and the main point last. But the world's top consultants use the opposite approach. Conclusion, reason, details. You want an example? Here it is. The feature isn't ready for launch because we found 2 critical defects. We need 24 hours to fix them. This structure is so sharp that even if your English is average, your thinking sounds elite. What is strategy 6 then? The chunk and deliver method. Speak in clean blocks. People get overwhelmed easily. Dump too much information and clarity collapses. The top 1% break their message into clean chunks. Like, here is the update. Here is the concern. Here is the next step. Chunks give your message rhythm. It becomes easy to follow. And when you speak in controlled blocks, even complex ideas feel simple. Now let's come to strategy 7. The listener's lens shift. Speak the way they think. So most people speak thinking, what do I want to say? Elite communicators think, what does the listener need to understand? Example, instead of saying, this tool has 7 new features, say, here is how the new version will make your work easier. So instead of, we are behind schedule, say, here is the revised timeline and the plan to meet it without compromise. This one mindset shift, listener-first communication, elevates your clarity instantly. And here is strategy 8, the anti-confusion rule. Remove one word from your vocabulary. Yes, that one word. If you want instant clarity, delete the word actually. It weakens your point. It sounds apologetic. So instead of actually, I think we should review this, say, we should review this. Instead of actually, the timeline feels tight, say, the timeline is tight and needs adjustment. Remove this one filler and your sentences become 10 times clearer. Now let's go to strategy 9, the CEO clarity trick. Speak in time windows. CEOs communicate in time windows because it gives direction instantly. In the next 24 hours, this week our focus is, by the end of the day today, or the next quarter. Time windows remove vagueness. They add authority and structure. Use them and your communication stops sounding vague and starts sounding actionable. Let's come to strategy 10, the negotiator's one sentence formula. This single sentence forces instant focus, makes people listen and gives your point weight. What is that? Here is the most important thing to understand. Use it before delivering anything critical. Like, here is the most important thing to understand. The delay won't affect the final delivery. Or, here is the most important thing to understand. We aren't losing clients. We are losing consistency. You want more? Here's the most important thing to understand. This project will succeed if we fix the communication gaps. When you say this one line, the listener's brain prepares itself. They automatically give your words more importance, and this is why negotiators and senior leaders use this sentence. It elevates your message from noise to insight. Let's close everything with a story because clarity is emotional, no? You know what? I once worked with a brilliant professional whose ideas were excellent, but his communication was chaotic. He rambled, over-explained, went in circles, and drowned his own clarity, all in the same breath. One day he asked, why do my ideas never land? I told him, your ideas are strong, but your packaging is messy. We work for 6 weeks, practicing the same clarity techniques you learned today. By week 3, colleagues started saying, "Your updates are so sharp now. Your points are so easy to follow. You sound incredibly confident these days." He didn't change his English, he changed his clarity. And that's what I want for you. Clarity that creates impact, credibility, and leadership presence. Because clarity is not a talent, clarity is a technique. And now you know that technique. So if you want to take your English communication to the next level, watch the free masterclass on the AAA system of English learning. Link is in the description. And if this video helped you, hit like, share, and subscribe. You don't need perfect English to sound clear. You just need the habits that the top 1% use. Clarity is not an accident. Clarity is a skill. And today, you just learned how to communicate clearer than 99% of people at work.